welcome to FX Street. If you like what we're talking about, you'd like to be updated to the content we're producing on a regular basis, head on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Ooh, also, I just noticed that we do this now. We have a separate team that does all the nice uploading for us, and look at these fancy icons of the cryptos on the video thumbnails. Huh, that's really clever. All right. Anyways, but you can follow Akash and I individually on Twitter, Akash at Mangeko, and myself at Just Analysis One. Okay, Shiba Inu. Not going to spend a lot of time on this. So it's really just been testing the upper range of this prior consolidation zone from late January and very, very early February, and it's been holding. It's had multiple times to it's completed an ideal bearish Ichimoku breakout. It's had multiple times to break down lower. Hasn't happened, but it's sitting at the upper part of this range as we go into the weekend. So maybe that's just something that it's waiting to do. I will point out here the same thing that's happening on Shiba coming up in a couple days is something that's already that same thing we just did on Ripple's chart. It's in there is that there's a Kumo twist coming up on Saturday and Sunday, which is a kind of a warning sign. So if something is trending in a certain direction, in this case, lower into a Kumo twist, it's very, very, very high probability that you may find a major or minor swing high or low around the time of that Kumo twist. And so we have been trending lower. And so it is very possible that today or tomorrow or on anywhere between today and Monday, we could see some type of swing low develop, or we could see it start to begin a bullish rise. As far as upside potential going into the weekend and before we visit on Tuesday, I'm going to be a little conservative and say that the 27 to 28 range is where I would see it capping out. That's where the 2020, this is the extended 2021 volume profile is at. The 2022 volume profile I don't even have on here. It's not even showing anything because there's like no volume traded. So that's good or bad, how you want to look at it. But she was like any one of those cryptos where nobody wants to buy it down here, but everybody and their dog, they will buy it when it probably moves up to like 0.00005. All right, after it's made a 400% move or something, then everybody will be buying it. But if it does start to move up higher, that's where I would see it capped. I see it capped between 27 and 28. Downside risks, oh yeah, they're huge. But if it drops below 20, I'd be surprised. And I'm just talking about before we visit again on Tuesday. I'd be surprised if it dipped below 20. And if it did, yeah, it's probably going to head back down to where it broke out from last year. So, but otherwise, yeah, Shiba, that's what I see for Shiba. And I'll just leave it there. I'm not sure what you see. Akash, I'll pass it off to you.
Thank you, John. It's really interesting that your upside is exactly the level that I'm looking at, because the breaker here extends from 270 to 288, and that's where I'm expecting the upside to be capped for Shiba. Right, so
cool.
Before I actually start this, I just want to talk about a bearish breaker. A bearish breaker usually is a demand zone that's flipped into a breaker. You can think of it as a support level that's flipped into a resistance level, basically. So every time the price retests this resistance level, not every time, it is the first or the second retest of this resistance level, is a good opportunity to short, right? You see something similar. You form a swing high, and then you break that swing high and go higher, give them the illusion of an uptrend, and the demand zone that is formed between these two peaks here. So it was a demand zone up to this point, where price bounced off of it, and then finally broke below it, right? So, and the first retest is where you short Shiba and probably take profits around the nearest range low that you find here. Although the price at the initial move or the rejection from the bearish breaker did not go that deep, it kind of bounced off of this cluster. The second rejection dove deeper, produced a lower low, but didn't go all the way down to 205. 201 to collect the liquidity, right? So even the third retest failed. So I'm honestly a little confused here because here on a shorter time frame, I see a good side. The price is gonna go higher and at least contest the swing high from probably an equal high. So if that were the case, we could probably expect a good 10% upswing, a good trade. But if Bitcoin's kind of recovering now, right? So with that in mind, I think it's going to go higher, retest the breaker again. In the last video, I mentioned that the only way Shiba Inu can probably go higher, probably retest 3,344 on the 400, was to produce a 4-hour candlestick close above the breaker's upper limit, which is 288. But I'm not so sure if it's going to happen. I'm going to still stick to this short-term bullish thesis where I'm expecting SHIB to value 22%, going to short SHIB around the limit, the breaker, and expect it to collect liquidity resting below 201. So this is my plan for now. Even if this short thesis doesn't work out, I'm still expecting the price to retest the breaker, which is a 22% upswing from the current position. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my take on Shiba.
All right. Thank you, Akash, and thank you everyone for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.